You're listening to Love, Life and Liquor, a Drinking Partners podcast. If you like beer, food, sex, and talking about badass kids, then this is the podcast you've been waiting for. Now, here are your peoples, Mareshah and Dom.
Well, all right, welcome to another episode of Love, Life, and Liquor with myself, Dom.
And Mareshah.
Hey, today's show is brought to you by Japanese Black and Gold Sake. You didn't like it?
It was okay.
Okay.
It's not like that one we had at that place in Charleston.
Wasn't that like sparkling sake or something like that? Yeah, it was real fancy. I don't think I've ever had that before until I got to Charleston.
Me neither. It was the best.
Well, okay. Well, what's going on with you? I know what's going on with you. $7,000 car bill.
I don't even talk about it.
Which is out of control. You know, I think car dealerships are scams.
Yeah, it should be. I don't understand.
Why does it cost so much?
Yeah.
I don't know. But she had to get would you have to get a torque converter and a purge valve?
Yes.
Okay, so I already thought that the torque converter was already going to cost some money, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect it to be $2,000+ in regards to parts and labor. And then the purge valve, I think, was like close to $800. Whatever. I know they always like hike the stuff up, but then they started adding all this extra shit onto it, and that's cool. But then the bill, you know, usually when you go take your car in, especially if it's a relatively new vehicle, because it's a 2019, and you know, I expect to see like some wear and tear or whatever on the vehicle. But then when you were like, I don't even want to tell you what the price is, I was like, you know, the invoice is probably, you know, something like $3,000, and I probably would have been like, this is bullshit. But at the same time, it could be worse.
It could be.
That was way worse.
I never had a car bill like that.
That was way worse. That is grounds for saying I'm about to just go ahead and buy a new car, because that's how much you could buy a new damn car for how much it costs to fix that shit.
Yeah, I did not expect those things to cost that much, because until yesterday, I had never heard of those things. You never knew what none of
that shit was, yeah.
I had never heard of those things.
Yeah, I'm not a mechanic, but I know that's kind of it's OD. But I mean, it's a good thing that the vehicle is still under warranty, so they'll pay for most of that. Anyway, man, only reason I brought that up is because we're about to go into, you know, an AITA, which is, am I the asshole? And I was thinking, would I be an asshole if I call Bob tomorrow and be like, SMD, give me my car, don't do no work on it?
Why would you do that though? Like,
I mean, I know it's not Bob's fault.
The car is still gonna have the problem though.
You're an asshole. Asshole.
Am I the asshole for being mad that my fiance left our son with his ex? So it reads, my fiance and I have an 18-month-old son. Recently, he flew out to visit his mom and brother with our son. It was a mix of wanting to spend time with them and a send-off, as his mom's health is failing and she can no longer live independently or take care of his brother, who is mentally disabled. I wanted to go with them, but I couldn't take off work. Both his mother and brother experienced health emergencies while he was there, and each was admitted to the hospital. The whole thing was very distressing for him and upset our son. So he decided, he ended up taking our son to his ex-girlfriend's house while he made trips to the hospital. The ex doesn't live too far away from his mom, so I get why he did it, but I don't like it, mainly because I suspect he has some feelings for her. He always speaks fondly of her, and they still text. Granted, he's transparent about it, and they've never crossed the line. The breakup was mutual, but he never told me what the reasons were. So I confronted him about this and asked why couldn't he have contacted another family member? He said it was more convenient than the first person he thought of. I told him I wish he would have called me first and got my approval. Is she the asshole?
Kind of.
No, ain't no kind of. She's a super asshole.
I can get why she is irritated. Like,
of course.
I would be irritated. I'd be very irritated. I'd be like, out of all the people in the world. But his mom had an emergency, his brother had an emergency.
Yeah.
He went down there to take care of them, and he has the baby. Like, it doesn't say what the emergencies were, but it seemed like he probably started freaking out and like,
yeah,
I just need somebody who's close to get this baby so I can go.
It actually goes into it. So the moms had a stroke.
Oh.
The moms had a stroke and the brother had a seizure.
Yeah, ma'am, don't be talking to me about this.
I just would have hung up on her. Like, I'll deal with this when I get back, man. I'm out here trying to watch this baby and take care of my family, and they both get admitted at the same time for things that are serious.
It's not optimal. Like I said, I would not be happy that this is who you chose. But if she lives down the street and you trying to like, it is what it is. It's a unfortunate series of events.
Yeah, she's the asshole. For her to even post this in this room with all that's happened, talking about, I need you to go ahead and
my
call
approval,
me.
like, ma'am, this is...
Get this authorization popping off now.
Yeah, there's no time for prior authorization. It's like the TRICARE, like you got to call before you go to the emergency room. No, like, my arm's falling off. I'm just going to go.
Yeah.
I made a command decision.
Welcome to the Crisis Approval and Spouse Authorization System. Press 1 for bullshit. Press 2 for your emergency.
Please state your emergency.
Yeah. Can my ex-girlfriend watch my baby?
Does your spouse or significant other know this woman? Now you know damn well.
I mean, it's an emergency and my mom is...
Nobody asked about your mom. He tried it. Girl, I bet he'll try again in 3 to 5 business days. Boop. Denied.
Come on, what the The room was just full with a bunch of YTAs. Like, get it together, lady. You know, he had bigger things to worry about, you know, at the time. So she needs to just go ahead and take that L. Y'all got a baby together. He had bigger things to deal with, and you was at work. So
I'm like, why did he take the baby?
Why?
Like, why didn't she keep the baby?
He took the baby because obviously his mom's, you know, they said that his, like, she don't have much time to left.
Okay.
So he took the baby, you know, obviously so moms can see the baby, so the brother can see the baby, you know, things of that nature. And it looks, you know, he has more family in the area. So he did that. All hell broke loose. And then he's like, you know, I still got old girl in the neighborhood. I'm gonna drop this baby off. And then if they're still friends, like, of course she's gonna care for the baby. You know what I mean? So
I mean, he told the truth.
Okay, along with that though. So let's back up, because she is clearly the asshole when it comes to all this, right? Mm-hmm. But does she have a valid point to be, you know, irritated regarding my man's relationship with old girl and the fact that they still text and all this, et cetera, et cetera? Obviously, there's levels. Mm-hmm. If they were just, you know, boyfriend and girlfriend versus, like, when he says ex, like ex-wife.
Well, I'm like, are they really engaged? Like, are people be engaged, but know.
But why would you doubt that though? They got a whole baby.
She knows so that they're never gonna get married. Or are you like really engaged? When did he date this girl? Was this like in high school?
And it shouldn't count.
And we were young.
Yeah.
It didn't work out, but we were still cool.
Right.
Like,
that's not a big deal. Or if you're saying like if that lady was before her,
right,
then that would be grounds to be like, nah, maybe you need to go ahead and cut off all, you know, contact with this woman, or at least limit your contact with her regarding messaging and all that stuff. Like, you can be cool with her, but I don't need you to be messenger all the time.
I mean, for me, it would, you know, I don't think we have that problem.
Nope.
Like, if we do, just don't let me know that we have that problem.
No, you good.
But we both do have like longtime friends of the opposite gender who we text, call, message, whatever. But we both know about it.
Yeah.
We both know them, but those relationships were never romantic.
Yeah.
So I feel like logically you should be like, if this was just like a high school thing and now y'all in your 30s, like, who cares?
Right.
Like, first boyfriend, first girlfriend, whatever. But if this is somebody you dated seriously.
So there's levels.
Yeah.
Okay. You think she's just probably just overreacting for the fact that this is just somebody that he was with prior, regardless of the details, and she's just getting geeked up about it.
Yeah, I think it's more her thing, because she's like, they broke up, it was amicable or mutual, but he never told me the reason.
But they're still friends. So it probably wasn't that serious then.
Right. But she's like, he never told me the reason. So I feel like that's what's getting to her. Like, doesn't matter?
I mean, he probably didn't tell the reason because there probably was no reason.
Right. Like, we just broke up.
That's it. We just outgrew each other. And shit like that happens. They ain't got no kids. They ain't got none of that. So you don't have to worry about none of that.
Right.
Now he's getting ready. He's with you. You got a baby. Went to go visit moms. And then you started wilding with the authorization numbers.
He had to get this pre-authorized.
Okay. Well, that was
especially as his mom. Ma'am,
Yeah.
I feel like that wasn't even worth bringing up even afterward.
True. All right. Out of control. So speaking of relationships and families, you watched that show called Smothered, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's pretty, I don't watch it as faithfully as you, but it seems like it's pretty outrageous in regards to the relationships that the mothers and daughters have.
Yeah.
But came across another one. So there's the mother and the daughter, and then now the husband is fused into this nonsense. Just listen.
My husband and my mom are best friends and have the most weird, disgusting relationship that I have ever seen. I can't stand it, especially because me and my mom do not get along. And it should be me and him, not my mom and him. Especially because we have 2 toddlers. I'm super pregnant. So their relationship is just so annoying to me, honestly.
We're all originally from New York, and it was actually my idea for my mother-in-law to come live here. I had hoped that her coming down here would help them be closer, get closer, address a lot of their issues, and then move past it together. And I thought, yeah, this is gonna work. But unfortunately, it hasn't at all.
Yikes. All right, so everybody couldn't see the clip, but yeah, it was a little outrageous in regards to, you know, how the mother-in-law and the husband, they was out doing, what was those, hoverboards?
I don't know. They, like, make me mad.
Is that why you're over there with the face?
Every time I see them, like...
So this is like, they're part of an ongoing, storyline within the show.
Yeah.
Huh. Because at one point, I mean, we'll post the clip. By the time you hear this, we'll just put the link up so you can watch the thing in its entirety. But you heard old girl say that, I don't like my mother-in-law. And
her mom.
Her mom. Her mom. She said me and my mom don't get along, and and he said that the reason why he brought her down there is because he wanted her to help out, and hopefully that was gonna repair the relationship that they got, but clearly it has not happened. And even at one point they were sharing a hot dog like Lady and the Tramp.
Ain't no way. Like, it's inappropriate.
I mean, you wouldn't want me to. You don't want me to have, that type of relationship?
Do I look like I want you to have that type of relationship?
That's not a good look?
No. It's disrespectful because the mom is acting like he's her man, like he's my man too. Like we get to share him. It's not even, to me, it doesn't even look like healthy mother-son relationship. Nothing about it. From what they show on the show, from what I know of families, it does not look maternal.
Yeah.
At all.
You think he's trying to beat? You think he got the 2 for 1?
I don't know what's going on there.
Because she says she's super pregnant.
Something in the milk ain't clean. I don't know what is happening, but no.
It just ain't it.
No.
So you don't approve.
No.
And I'm not allowed to have. Okay, I'll take that as a no. But do you think that his intentions were good in regards to trying to repair their relationship? She said, I don't like her, because there's even more clips. And at one point she asks her moms, like, when are you going to move out? And then the mom was like, STFU, because it kept going back and forth. She's like, I'm not ready to move out, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like, you think his intentions were good, at least in, trying to repair the relationship? Or he should just stay there? No, because
he should have left it alone. If she said, like, that's not your job to repair our relationship. Like, he wasn't there. Well, I don't know how long they've been together.
Yeah.
But, like, for whatever reason, the mother and the daughter do not get along.
Yeah.
That's not for you to come in there and be like, you need to do this and you need to fix this. Like, if she's not ready, or you don't know what the mom even did for her to feel that way.
You don't think
they've had those conversations? Looks like a habitual line stepper. Like, the mom doesn't understand boundaries. The mom doesn't respect her as an adult. It looks like the mom still looks at her like as a child. Because even though the mom was in her house, Where her mom threw that dish towel at her and told her to shut up. That was inappropriate. And the husband should have checked the mom because that was his wife that the mom threw a towel at in the wife's house. You gonna let your mom throw a towel at me in our house?
But you said the husband should have checked the mom and not the...
Well, he just let it ride. He didn't say anything.
Okay.
He should have been like...
Cool out, Miss Doris.
You doing too much. Like, it seems like she doesn't respect any boundaries.
But I don't think he was going to say any of that stuff just for the simple fact, we pointed out that they out there doing hoverboards and eating two-sided hot dogs.
So he values the relationship with the mother-in-law more than he does the wife.
So maybe he's just trying to keep the peace. Extra peace.
Is he keeping the peace? He's disturbing the peace. Ain't no peace. He's chilling. The mom's chilling.
Yeah.
The wife is not. She's unhappy. And she has stated it.
So at this point, even though that is her mom's, does she need to go?
Yes.
And you just that's it. You just tell her you gotta find some place else to reside.
She told her 2 months. She's like, that ain't enough time. I can't wait on down here. Da, 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 da.
So it just ain't working out. It's a wrap.
Yeah. Like, I get that's your mom, but maybe the relationship would be better if they weren't under the same roof.
Yeah.
Because obviously they don't have that kind of relationship, and him just wanting it is not gonna make it happen. But it seems like nobody cares about how the wife feels in that house.
Okay, agreed. I'm with you. So we always bring up the fact that Gen Z, it seems as if social media shows them always complaining about relationships. They can't get it together. They don't like each other. Men are always complaining about women and what, women don't do and vice versa. So, do you know what an ick is?
Kind of.
Okay, so an ick, I guess, it's typically something that you don't like about the opposite sex. One time you told a story about old boy in a cheesecake factory.
With the retainer.
The retainer. Like, I don't want to date a dude
who pulls out his retainer at the dinner table.
That's an ick.
Yeah.
All right? So there was a dude who goes by the name of Guy with the List. And the list is absolutely ridiculously long. He posts videos of women who talk about what their icks are. And so far, the list is up to like 675.
And here's a piece of advice. If you're a straight man at the airport, I want to see you in pants with some structural integrity. I don't want to see you in your comfies. That's not for you. I didn't sign up to leave the house and see you wearing joggers with a hole in it. Those things are for girls only. Please put on your jeans, khakis, J. Crew chinos. They're always on sale at the factory outlet. It's an epidemic and it's only getting worse. I've visited a lot of airports and it seems like as straight men, we're taking creative liberties that we don't need to be taking. Why do you need to be comfy? It's a sight for sore eyes. You guys want to wear the pants in society, so wear the pants everywhere in the airport. And if you can't dress appropriately, as my girl Kamala Harris says, do not come. Do not come.
All right, so then the dude scrolls all the way down. It was 647. It says, if you're a man, don't be comfortable. So, you think that's ridiculous?
Yeah, that's a bit ridiculous.
Especially considering the fact that when you go through the airport, you got to go through all this bullshit. You got to take off your shoes. You got to take off your belt. You know what I mean?
When we just went to the airport, I'm like, why is he wearing jeans? Because you're going to have to take off that belt.
You got to take off your hoodie. You got to take off hats. You got to do all of this stuff. If I'm wearing sweatpants or whatever, I'm going to take off no belt. I have to do none of that. And why aren't we allowed to be comfy? If you can walk around in juicy sweatpants on Ugg boots and all this other stuff, why can't I just put on, a nice pair, like some polo sweats or something like that and be comfortable, especially if I'm going to be on a flight with stank-ass people in a cramped location.
Not night-night pants.
Not the night-night, no.
I thought you were going to say night-night pants.
Nah, come on now. I ain't graduated to that level of comfort yet. How long did it take me to even start wearing Crocs? Crocs wasn't even a thing with me. I'm like, I'm never gonna wear Crocs. To me, they're shower shoes. But now, I've kind of joined the gang. I've assimilated. She got me a pair of Wu-Tang Crocs, so I gotta shimmy.
For the kids.
Right, they for the children, so I gotta represent. So you can't be comfortable on an airplane. Oh, let me play one more because this is just as ridiculous.
What is the biggest ick for a guy?
When he has a birthday.
When he has a birthday.
Yes, if he celebrates his birthday.
Number 636. Men.
Be born. This is getting my nerves.
Celebrate birthdays. So yeah.
But I think she basically said it all. Men who have birthdays get on my nerves. Men
who are
get on my nerves. There you go.
I mean, she clarified that right there. So that was 636 men who celebrate their birthdays. I don't necessarily celebrate my birthdays, but let me tell you, out of all the things that were on that list,
now you want to?
No, not even. It's just the fact that I'm probably 150 of them icks on that damn list. I was reading through that list. I was like, damn. I said, I wouldn't stand a chance in today's dating pool at all. So some of the other ones that they had on here.
Like celebrate it any kind of way?
They said it's feminine for a dude to celebrate their birthday.
Like if he's like, hey, y'all, let's go down to Cheers and get some beers. This is my birthday.
You can't do it. No birthdays. You can't show any emotion, for the fact that you were born, and nobody else can help you celebrate the fact that you were born. None of that. You're not a man if you celebrate birthdays. So boom, I was already dead in the water. Number 558 is men who send reels. Bitch, I'm the real.
Reels is your love language.
I'm the real czar. Man, there's times where I've probably sent like 10 reels in a matter of like 5 minutes. I just shoot them shits out like daggers. Bang, 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 bang. My little sister was like, you don't never read none of my stuff because I'm too busy sending y'all reels. I'm trying to keep y'all DMs fresh with all this real love.
Real love.
72 men who drink from straws. Is that considered feminine if you drink from straws? Even if it is, like, men can't drink from straws? Like, does it depend?
What if it's an icy?
An ice?
Yeah. What if it's boba? Like, I know you don't like boba.
No, I'm not doing that. I think you have to have a straw in order to drink boba, but I will not because I don't like the texture and I don't like things busting in my mouth. That's not what the Lord put me on earth for, to drink boba. I don't
think there's anything wrong with straws.
Does it depend on how they drink from the straws? Grip it a certain way?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Is there a technique to this? Because then if you're grabbing the straw like with the whole fist, then that looks.
Yeah, I don't.
Just saying. Number 239, men who run for the bus.
Are they supposed to just miss it?
Yeah, that's exactly what the girl said. The girl said, "I hate men," and this happened. This is several times. When I was scrolling through all the little reels, there were several times where different women were like, "I can't stand men who run for the bus because, like, what are they running for? The bus?" And she was like, "No, why don't you just slow down and just miss the bus? There's gonna be another bus. There's no point of running for the bus." My point is,
but I might be late for.
Men can't do shit. We'll keep this moving. 588 men who wear seatbelts.
This is stupid.
She said this is absolutely feminine for a man to put on a seatbelt. She said she was repulsed. I'm to the point where I'm thinking that some of these people, they have to be trolling, but they're always in an environment where a man is catching them on like some strip or whatever, where there's a lot of bars. So it looks like they've been drinking. Number 573, and this chick was real angry. Men who know how to cook. And she was like, why you know how to cook? For who? Who you cooking for?
Why are you editing yourself now? But you just said all kind of cursing.
I don't know. I'll probably throw beeps and all of this shit.
But this is one thing that gets me about that. Like, I think we talked about it before, the little boy who had the little play kitchen. Like, people always get so up in arms about boys and men cooking.
Like it's gonna modify their programming or something.
But most of the great chefs
dudes
are men.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how you don't understand men cooking. Like, I don't get it. Like,
I think that's just an old thought process of the fact
all the awards for food are named after men, coming from men. But you think it's weird for men to cook? You think it's weird for boys to cook?
I think that's just old style, generational, thinking where women are the ones that, get your ass in the kitchen and make these sandwiches. And men didn't necessarily do that. That's why you had...
Men just woke up and were excellent chefs. Like, they never... No. But that's what I'm saying. I don't understand how there's a big gap in between. Like, how do you think men don't cook, but then men are also excellent chefs?
No, but I think they're looking at it more as they're the exception, because all men aren't in the kitchen trying to cook some shit. Like, I mean, clearly I learned just because I had, siblings, and we were responsible for cooking dinner and doing things like that for each other in the family. And then obviously when I left home to join the military, like I got to learn how to do something, because I'm not eating that bullshit in chow. So I had to learn how to cook.
Like, I just looked up. So I know there's 3 James Beard Award nominees in San Antonio.
Yeah.
All 3 are men. So I'm looking at the list.
So you're saying that they probably should look at it more as if an opportunity to inspire some of these young kids, instead of thinking that it's more of just a girl toy.
I'm just saying, like, why is this?
I mean, but you know why?
An ick. I don't.
Oh, you said you don't know why it's an ick. Okay.
Right, when we're saying.
Right.
Like, even from little kids, like little boys, like, ew, that's weird that you're cooking, but males like to eat, right? So I don't understand.
I don't know. I just think it's to the point where things that should be considered icks or red flags no longer are. Now motherfuckers are just trying to, find anything to disqualify, a person from being a potential mate. One of the interviews, the chick was like, dudes like you. And he was like, oh, he was like, what you mean? He was like, people that are into all this social media shit. She was like, any dude who's into social media and like takes selfies and all this other stuff, that's an immediate, turn off, because, selfies that's a woman thing. Anywho, my man has an endless supply of videos, and all them joints are just, hilarious. So if you're ever on TikTok, make sure you check out the guy with the list.
My ick is men who.
Men who?
That's it. Men who.
Once upon a time, mine was women who smelled like cigarettes. That was definitely a thing. So let me tell you, moving to Europe at the time, everybody smoked. And this was kind of like my first introduction, because we didn't smoke cigarettes like that. I had peoples who engaged in a little bit of the marijuana, the Mary Jane, but Europeans were out there chain smoking. You in restaurants, you in clubs, no matter where you at. I just remember there were times where I would look up at the ceiling and there would be like dense fog in this bitch because of all the cigarettes that were going down at that time. So all the women smoked. So when you met with these women, skin smelled like like smoke. Anywho, I would just say that
you said a power through.
It ain't work for me. No. I'll leave it at that. It did not. I mean, I guess literally shit. It wasn't a good look. Forrest Gump said it, best.
I'm sorry I ruined your New Year's Eve party, Lieutenant Dan. She tastes like cigarettes.
He pushed her off. She was sitting on his lap, and he shoved her ass on the floor because he smelled like cigarettes. Forrest Gump was a good dude. All right, so we got one last thing. Oh, we forgot the fact that it is Black History Month. I think everybody already knows that. So I think we should go ahead and close out the show with a Black History fact. We'll talk more about it, but I have another thing to play.
Here's another story. How does that happen in the world that we're in today? The New Brunswick Canadian barber said, all anybody's asked me for is this Travis Kelce fade. And then the New York Times are like, yeah, it is the Travis Kelce fade. As a white who has had a fade for my entire life, there's other white fades that have happened in the past. Tim Tebow, Justin Timberlake has had a good fade. Travis Kelce is a white who has had a good fade for a long time. But all of us very much understand that the Cox were not the ones that created said fade. We actually did a little research on the fade. 40s or 50s, military, I believe.
Black guys in there faded up. Happy Black History Month, by the way.
First off, I've never heard that term.
I don't want to say it because.
Which one?
I'm not part of any of those groups.
The whites?
Yeah.
I like.
I don't know if that's offensive. If you're not. I did not expect. Is that Pat McAfee or whatever?
Yeah, it's Pat McAfee.
For him to be the one to call it out.
No, I mean, he is very outspoken about a lot of wild stuff. Just like the college dude, remember I was telling you about? He had a clothing line.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The clothing line, he told everybody, his coach.
A naysayer know.
He said
that's not what I thought.
And Pat was like, I definitely didn't think that was the way that you was about to
Didn't think that's where we were going. But.
Right. And then all the brothers that was sitting on the panel with him just busted out laughing. They was like, you was thinking the same thing, I was thinking. Let a naysayer know. You know damn well that was not what
he was like, first of all,
time.
Travis Kelce is not the first white boy out here to have a fade. I've been had a fade. But Travis Kelce, he's made his way into, Black history, lore. The fact that he apparently this month invented the fade. And now everybody
around the world. According to the New York Times, it said one barber in Canada said he had 50 in 1 week. People coming to get this Travis Kelce fade, and they typically come with a photo of Travis saying, hook me up with this right here. New York Times says men are replicating Mr. Kelce's hairstyle, claiming it attracts positive attention from friends and love interests and gives them more confidence. Look at Travis Kelce doing the Lord's work. They also invented cornrows and the do-rag. And recently, I did not know this.
And boxer braids.
It said that Taylor Swift and Patrick Mahomes' wife invented.
Shut up.
Swag surfing.
It said they invented.
It said they came up. Okay, I'm sizing it up. I'm putting too much on this. But no, it said that they're introduced a new generation of people to swag surfing. And if you ever seen the swag surf video, it is tragic. There is no seasoned salt, there's no sazon, there's none of that in that swag surf rendition that they did.
They got that from that church. That New Year's Eve. They were swag surfing there. They introduced it to the new generation. Go check that video. I bet she liked that video.
You think so? And she was like, I'm gonna do this at the next game.
I remember when you was in there, you was liking that church video swag surfing, and then you took that swag surf to the game. God. Come on.
That's what you desire, boy. Some of these people said the only cons to having this haircut is that it's kind of expensive to maintain because you have to get it cut so much to make it look nice and clean. But he adds, I guess that's the price you pay for looking handsome.
This is making me mad, like that smothered thing.
But yeah, there you go. They even showed a picture of Big Daddy Kane getting lined up the little fade.
Trying to be like Travis Kelce?
Yeah, he's wilding.
I am Travis Kelce. I am Travis Kelce.
Is that what they're going to do? I am Travis Kelce.
I'm Travis Kelce.
Oh my goodness. Shoot, even Malcolm had a fade. Martin Luther King had a fade. All because of Travis Kelce. Now they're going to put you think they're going to put a picture of Travis Kelce up in the barbershop?
They better not.
Everybody see the numbers. Then let me get that number 20. The Travis?
Right.
The Kelce? Well, that's it, man. I think we pretty much
travesty.
Oh, it's bars. It's pretty much all I got. Now we pretty much got to get back to seeing what we're going to do about this stupid ass car. Outside of that, we do got the socials. The socials, all you got to do is whatever social you go to, just do @DrankingPartners, and we'll be there. We'll be there. We also have t-shirts and merch for sale. If you would like to support, you can go to TeePublic and you can check out the Drink Bodega, and you can find all sorts of, dope designs that we came up with. You can get your little tie-dye, hoodie. It's lots of good stuff. I forgot to tell you, we actually made a sale. I don't know who bought it, so add us, man. Send us a photo, whatever of you rocking the shirt, and we'd greatly appreciate it. And to everybody else, go and get you a shirt, go get you a mug, go get you something. And of course, check out Love, Life, and Liquor. And yeah.
We out.
Right.
Thanks for tuning in to Love, Life and Liquor. Make sure to like, subscribe and follow on all platforms. And be sure to tell the man them about us.